Have you ever walked away from conversation thinking that could have gone way better, but you're not exactly sure what went wrong? Or maybe you avoid certain conversations altogether because they always seem to blow up. Imagine if you could change that, not just to win conversations, but to transform them. That's exactly what the next conversation is all about. Introduction. Today, we're diving into the next conversation by Jefferson Fisher, a trial lawyer turned communication coach who has mastered the art of turning arguments into meaningful dialogue. Why is this book worth your time? Because conversations shape everything: your career, your relationships, your personal growth. Yet most of us never learned how to actually have a healthy, productive conversation. Fisher offers a blueprint that's simple, practical, and deeply transformational. If you want to connect better, argue less, and influence more, this book is a must-listen. 1. Conversations are not competitions. One of Fisher's main points is, stop trying to win conversations. We often treat conversations like court battles. Someone has to be right, someone has to be wrong. But if you enter a conversation trying to defeat the other person, you've already lost. Instead, Fisher suggests thinking about the next conversation. Ask yourself, will what I say now make the next conversation easier or harder? Am I building a bridge or burning one? When you shift your mindset from winning to building, your entire approach changes. You listen more, you react less, and ironically, you end up having more influence, not less. 2. The power of emotional regulation. Fisher explains that emotional regulation is your superpower in tough conversations. When you're triggered, your heart races, your palms sweat. It's easy to snap back, raise your voice, or shut down. But emotional outbursts rarely lead to productive outcomes. Instead, he teaches a simple mantra: pause, breathe, lead. Pause before reacting. Breathe to calm your nervous system. Lead the conversation in the direction you want it to go. It sounds simple, but in practice, it's transformative. The person who stays calm holds the most power in the room, not by force, but by presence. 3. Seek to understand before being understood. We all crave being heard, but Fisher reminds us, you earn the right to be heard by listening first. This doesn't mean you have to agree. It simply means giving the other person the dignity of feeling understood. A powerful line from the book: understanding is not agreement. It's connection. When someone feels you truly get them, their defenses lower. Their need to argue decreases. And suddenly, space opens up for your perspective too. The practical tool Fisher offers here is called reflective listening. Repeat back what you think you heard. Clarify by asking open-ended questions like, did I get that right? Or tell me more about that. It's simple, and it works like magic. 4. Know your default conflict style. Fisher breaks down 5 common conflict styles. Avoiders shut down or stay silent. Competes must win at all costs. Accommodators give in too easily to keep peace. Compromisers seek quick middle ground. Collaborators work together for deeper solutions. He encourages readers to honestly identify their default style, not to judge themselves, but to understand their strengths and weaknesses. For example, if you're an avoider, you might need to practice staying in conversations longer. If you're a competitor, you might need to listen more before pushing your agenda. Self-awareness here is key. You can't change what you don't recognize. 5. Focus on the goal, not the gut reaction. During heated moments, it's easy to get pulled into gut-level reactions. Anger, defensiveness, sarcasm. Fisher challenges us to pause and ask, what's my real goal here? If your goal is to punish the other person, you're aiming too low. If your goal is connection, clarity, or progress, you'll respond differently. This simple shift from gut reaction to goal focus can completely change the course of any conversation. 6. Boundaries are bridges, not walls. A surprising insight from the book: setting healthy boundaries invites better conversations. It doesn't shut them down. Boundaries sound like, I'm willing to talk about this when we're both calmer. I want to understand you, but I can't engage if I'm being yelled at. Let's pick this up later when we're in a better space. Boundaries aren't about punishment. They're about protecting the connection. They say, I value this conversation too much to let it get toxic. 7. Master the art of the repair. No one is perfect. We all say things we regret. Fisher stresses that repairing a conversation after a rupture is more important than avoiding mistakes in the first place. A simple apology goes a long way, but it needs to be sincere. Not, I'm sorry you feel that way, but rather, I'm sorry for raising my voice. You didn't deserve that. I regret how I spoke earlier. Can we start fresh? When you repair quickly and humbly, trust grows stronger, not weaker. 8. Don't be a mirror, be a window. When someone is angry, defensive, or rude, our instinct is often to mirror it back. Anger for anger, sarcasm for sarcasm. Fisher challenges us, don't be a mirror, be a window. A window lets in fresh air. It opens up a new view. If someone comes at you harshly, respond with curiosity instead of defensiveness. For example, instead of snapping back, you might ask, sounds like you're really frustrated. Help me understand what's most important to you here. This doesn't make you weak. It makes you a powerful leader of the conversation. 9. Prepare for conversations like you would for anything important. Would you walk into a big meeting or a presentation without preparation? Probably not. Yet most people dive into difficult conversations without a plan and then wonder why it goes sideways. Fisher suggests, clarify your goal beforehand. Anticipate trigger points. What might escalate you or the other person? Plan grounding phrases you can use if things get heated, like, I care about this conversation and I want us to get through it well. Preparation doesn't guarantee a perfect conversation, but it massively increases your odds. 10. Always aim for the next conversation. Ultimately, Fisher's biggest takeaway is this: you're never just having this conversation. You're setting up the next one. How you speak today determines how open or closed someone will be with you tomorrow. If you communicate with empathy, calmness, and clarity, you create a cycle of better and better conversations. If you communicate with blame, defensiveness, or dismissiveness, you create a cycle of broken trust and resentment. Every conversation plants seeds for the future. Choose wisely. Conclusion. The next conversation isn't about being perfect. It's about being intentional. It's about realizing that your words, your tone, your presence, they all shape the future. You don't need special training to master conversations. You just need to slow down, stay curious, lead with empathy. So next time you find yourself about to argue, blame, or shut down, pause, breathe, and remember, it's not about winning this conversation. It's about setting up the next one. If you found these insights helpful, I highly encourage you to read the full book. Jefferson Fisher brings these concepts to life with real-world examples and practical exercises that can transform the way you relate to everyone around you. And hey, if you want more powerful book summaries like this one, don't forget to subscribe to AudioBookCAPS and hit that notification bell so you never miss a new episode. Also, let's talk. Drop a comment below. What's one conversation habit you want to improve starting today? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for hanging out with me. Until next time, remember, every conversation is a chance to build, not break. Choose connection.